guys, welcome back. Bushcraft Family back again with another video. Yes, and we're doing it again. Outbreaks, some deadly, and recalls for this week or the past week, or, you know, it's coming out today. So here we go. First, we're going to start with the outbreaks, and then we'll move on to some of the recalls that are very important at this time. First off, one of the outbreaks that many people knew about was the E. coli outbreak that hit romaine lettuce growers. They have tracked it down finally after all this time, and just out a day or two ago, Taylor Farms has been named as the romaine grower behind the deadly outbreak of E. coli infections. For months now, the FDA and the CDC have withheld from the public the name of the farm behind a deadly E. coli outbreak that sickened 89 people across 15 states. Now, through a federal court case, the name has come up in light that Taylor Farms is the producer of said romaine lettuce. Again, the only reason it came out is because of this court case. The FDA didn't release it. The CDC didn't release it. It came out in the court case. So that tells you a lot. You know, I may bring out these different recalls and outbreaks and everything, but pay attention to some of these, like this one. And this is quite an old case. Some of these are older cases that, it doesn't matter. It's an old case and we're good now. Pay attention to these. The FDA, CDC withheld from the public. That means they allowed people to continue getting sick off of this until they track down where it came from. That should tell you a lot. Now, shredded coconut recalled in Canada because salmonella contamination and reported illnesses. There we go. I'll get it out. Henlong Oriental Gift and Food Company, Ltd., is recalling Captain's Choice brand shredded coconut because of possible salmonella contamination, according to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. And again, I'll have all those links and everything so you can check them out. Check out the packages and all that. And a lot of times you can get the barcode numbers and all that stuff and expiration dates. Another salmonella thing here, Spanish outbreak. Spain recorded a rise in outbreak in 2023. Again, this is 2023, but pay attention to the reports on this. Compared to past years with 350 because of salmonella. According to a recent report in Spain, outbreak must be reported to a national epidemic surveillance network. Well, they have some funky names, don't they? In 2023, 833 foodborne and waterborne outbreaks were reported, with 11,510 patients and 415 being hospitalized. Now, again, we have to pay attention to these reports they're old, because a lot of times we find out that they don't report these right away. They do an investigation, and instead of saying, hey, there might be a possible this and this on this lettuce or this coconut or this meat. We're not saying not to buy it, but be cautious. Now, a lot of times you can cook away some of this stuff. I'll just leave it at that. Our next one is the UK Health Security Agency has provided more detail about Campylobacter, there we go, and salmonella infection in 2023. Again, the number of reported cases in England rose from 54,884 in 2022 to 60,014 in 2023. More data shows a further increase of more than 70,000 in 2024. And they're expecting more this year. So this is one of these reports that you see the increasing number of these infections and bacterias that are growing. Why is that? We're not here for that, but let's get to the next one. And again, some of these you may think are not very important, but this happens in the Philippines, okay? Children sick after watching misleading online video. Researchers have found that 10 children who fell ill in the Philippines after eating a type of seed had watched a video on social media appearing to show they were safe to consume. Yes. Very, very important. So many times there are trends, there are things on here, social media, that appear to be safe or appear to be hip or whatever the going thing is now, fire or however they call it now. But we need to let our children and young ones know stuff that they see on the internet. Be wary of that, because there will be people that want you to believe that something is good when it's not. Remember when we used to have a Tide Pod things where people would eat Tide Pods, and sometimes there'll be things like the challenges, ice bucket challenge thing that starts off so good because it's for a good cause, but people take it too far. Like the lady that got paralyzed because the guy was dumping a bucket from a bulldozer on her head of ice water. Instead, he dropped the bucket and it hit the top of her head and paralyzed her. These are things that we need to be careful of, social media. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on. Okay, we have E. coli investigation makes progress as patients count hits 60. At least 60 cyanidin toxin E. coli infections are being investigated. The county's Center of Disease and Prevention and Control has been providing regular updates, which you can tell this is from another country, on a number of sick people. The majority of the patients are children, and illnesses started in March. Now, again, this is where we go for, we should be getting updates all the time on these things. Once a certain amount, and I'm not saying like, 2 people in the country get sick from eating lettuce, but if that number arises in 10 to 15 people, all in a 48-hour period, it needs to be known. Because there might be people that are sitting at home and it has this stuff in the refrigerator just waiting to eat it. And you could save a life. Another one, FDA investigating new listeria outbreak, but has not yet found a source of the pathogen. The Food and Drug Administration is investigating a new outbreak of infections from listeria. The outbreak has sickened 14 people, but the FDA has not released their ages or where they live. The source of listeria has not been yet determined. Now again, this seems pretty good. It's only 14 people. But then again, these are people that got sick and reported it. How many people didn't get sick or did get sick but didn't report it? You can't always rely on those numbers. Okay, we're going to go to the recalls now. The USDA issued a public warning about pork carnitas sold at Aldi stores nationwide. A public health alert for pork carnitas products that may be contaminated with foreign materials, specified pieces of metal. Why did they just say metal? Get done, move on. The FSIS did not request a recall because the product is no longer available for sale in commerce. So if you got some of these things sitting in your refrigerator or your freezer, yeah, even though they're not on there, they don't sell them anymore. It's good to check what you have in the freezer. Canadian company recalls frozen pastries because of salmonella illness. Sweet Cream brand and DLT brand frozen pastries include lobster tail and chocolate varieties are being recalled in Canada because of contamination with salmonella. One person has become ill in relation to the recalled pastries, according to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. And again, these will all be down in the description, the links for them. Company recalls soybean paste because of undeclared wheat. Again, unless it's a brand new product, how do they forget to put wheat on the package? I don't know. More than likely, they've been selling it for this way for a long time, and then somebody that doesn't read the labels on the back says, "Hey, they don't put wheat on the front, so when I eat it, I got sick." That type of thing. More than likely. Mayflower International Incorporated of Maspeth, New York, is recalling its 8.82 ounce package of Beijing soybean paste food treats because they may contain uncleared wheat. People who have allergic allergies to wheat run the risk of serious life-threatening allergic reactions. Hi. Come on, if you're getting up here. They come up and tap me on the arm, saying, ask me if it's okay to get up here. Asking if life-threatening allergic reactions if consumed this product. Okay. And guess where we're going? Yes, the baby stuff again. Recall on Gerber teething sticks renewed because reports product is still being sold. Yes, this has been, these products have been recalled, and there are stores still out there selling these products. A lot of times people don't even know things have been recalled. They expect the store to remove the stuff for them. A lot of times they'll get the recall and tell Harry down there who's stocking the shelf, take these products off because they've been recalled. Stick them back there in the refund section, where stores put all the stuff that's been recalled and stuff, so they can get credit for it. But Harry is not too thrilled for taking all this stuff off the shelves, so he just says nobody will know. And it gets sold, and they continue selling it until the FDA brings in a person that comes to say, hey, you guys are still selling this stuff. You can possibly be fined for this. And then the managers go back there and remove it. But the damage is already done, and this is what we're looking at here. And these are batches of Gerber Smooth and Chewy tea sticks have been issued by the FDA because it has been found that the products are still available online and in some stores. And it's been recalled since January. So why is that stuff still online of all places? How hard is it just to, click a button and that product's not on the shelf or online? New York company recalls mushrooms after testing showed Listeria contamination. Harvest New York City Incorporated of Brooklyn, New York is recalling 200-gram package of enoki mushrooms because testing showed they are contaminated with Listeria. The recall mushrooms were distributed nationwide to retail stores. The product comes in a 20-gram green plastic package. And again, information's down below. It'll have the barcode and all that stuff. Grain millers recalled rolled oats because of potential plastic contamination. Grain Millers Incorporated of Eden Prairie, Minnesota is recalling 20 totes of 1,800 pounds of regular rolled oats, number 5, and 17 totes of 1,600 pounds quick rolled oats, number 21, because of potential contamination with foreign materials, plastic. Our next one is plant-based butter chicken bites recalled in Canada because of undeclared milk and reported reactions. Again, I'm not saying one thing or the other, but if I had a deadly allergy of something that I had to worry about, I would be reading the back of the package. I read the back of the package anyway because a lot of stuff I don't want to eat. But if I did have allergies to something, I would make sure that it wasn't in what I was eating. You go to, people that have peanut allergies. They go to a restaurant and they'll ask them, does this have peanuts in it? And they'll go back and ask the chef or whatever, and they'll say, no, it doesn't. They check to make sure what they're eating is not going to kill them. So I don't understand why, unless they completely took it off the ingredients, which is very doubtful. It's usually people complain that the front of the package doesn't say, warning, this contains milk. Again, you got to read. Everybody should be in the habit of reading the ingredients of what they're eating. Our next one is shrimp fried rice recalled in Canada because of undeclared milk. Is this the theme? 5 containers International Ltd is recalling Solomama brand shrimp fried rice because it contains milk, which is not declared on the label, according to it depends what they're talking about label. Is it the ingredients or is it on the front package? I don't know. That's something to dig into more, but we're going to move on to more stuff from Canada. Shredded coconut recalled in Canada because salmonella contamination. Henlong Oriental Gifts and Food Ltd is recalling Captain's Choice brand shredded coconut because of possible salmonella contamination. Our next one, spaghetti and linguine recalled in Canada because of insects. Italian Food Canada Incorporation is recalling spaghetti and linguine because of presence of insects, according to Canadian Food and Inspection Agency. Okay. Let me get a drink there. That's quite a lot for Canada there. Our next one is Superb Herbs Farms IQF cilantro large recalled in Canada because of pieces of wood. That's odd. Caldic Canada Incorporated. I tried not to say the name, but okay. It's recalling Superb Herb Farms brand IQF cilantro large because of possible contamination with pieces of wood, according to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. Guess what? Our next one. Various brands of soup and sauces recalled in Canada because of pieces of wood. Victoria's Kitchen Ltd is recalling several brands of soup and sauces, including Co-op Gold from Our Chef's, Longo's, and Longo's Signature because of possible contamination with pieces of wood. And that is going to be our list for this week. A lot of stuff from Canada. And a lot of stuff that we need to pay attention to when I'm reporting these. Some of these things, it's a recall and it's, everything's good. But then you hear they're holding the information. They're not saying what states it's from. They're not saying this or that. Now, I know that the Food and Drug Administration tries to protect not the consumer most of the time, but the client, the one with the product, because they don't want people to stop buying the product. Because money, So these are things that we need to pay attention to. With that, it's time to end the video. And like always, God bless. We'll catch you on the next one.